I'm not sure, but my chair looks crooked. Maybe it's just the way I'm sitting. I don't know. It's weird. So, welcome back. I've been starting off my videos oddly lately. I apologize. Today's been a good day. I don't have a lot to talk about, but I will try my best to make it interesting. I'm already seeing orbs, the tiny ones that you guys can't see. Speaking of orbs, I was sitting at my desk at work just before we left. I'm sitting there and I'm talking to a friend, and I paused and I don't remember what I was doing. I might have still been talking to her, but out of nowhere comes what I thought was lint. And it would look like a big piece of hair that was curved coming right toward my face. And then it jumped back and I'm like, sorry, I'm so distracted. They're everywhere. So it jumped back and I'm like, what in the world? And then it hit me. That was an orb, but I couldn't say nothing to her. And she was like, what? And I'm like, oh, never mind. It was just fuzz. Kind of played it off. But as soon as I realized what it was, I'm like, oh, oops. Now I know. I don't know why, but in my light that I have attached to my phone, I see all these itty bitty orbs. And they're just like everywhere. I'm like, what in the world? I've never seen them till lately. Well, the bigger ones I've seen with my eyes, but not the itty bitty ones. I mean, till about a week ago, maybe. I don't know. So I was telling my friend Giuseppe, I think it was yesterday. I can't remember because sometimes my days bleed. But I was sitting at a stoplight. It might have been Saturday. Possibly. I was sitting at a stoplight and I was looking straight ahead, and they're just going by my face. I hope you can see them if you focus. Maybe you'll, because I have a black chair behind me, maybe you can see little white dots going across. I'm at the stoplight and I'm kind of looking straight ahead, and if you see me laughing like that, it's because an orb is going by my face. It's like they're just saying, wee, wee, in front of me. I don't know. It's funny. But anyway, I'm looking through the stoplight and I'm just kind of in my own world. And like always, I know where to look. And my eyes cut up in the air a little bit to the left. And it was like on the other side of the street where their light was. Or actually, it was my light. Hello. I seen for the first time a huge black clearish orb. And you know how I describe these orbs that look like that they have hair or a white line or something on the bottom? This one had black. I don't know what that line is. And I know that sometimes when they say you astral travel, you have that silver cord behind you. And if it's cut, then you just don't go back to your body. You just kind of like die in your sleep or whatever. I'm wondering if that's what that is. I don't know. But I can say that these itty bitty orbs, I can't explain it. I wish I had somebody to tell me what these are. It looks like tiny bubbles, and they go right in my face. I know I say this all the time. I describe it the same way to you all the time, but I'm just like in awe. But anyway, Giuseppe said something and I agree with him. Everything that is black is not negative. And I don't know if it was or not because they've taken my fear away. They being my guides and or star family that took my fear away, my depression and anxiety. In 2020 when I awoke, I mean, everything just left. I'm thankful. So I don't know if it was bad or good. I could tell you I haven't done it in years now that I'm thinking about it. I was going to say I could tell you if a haunting is bad or good. I think I can still. For some reason, it was just told to me, yes, you can. So I can, apparently. I can move in a house or go through a house and tell you that was bad or good. Apparently, I still can. I don't feel... I don't know. That might have been a neutral entity, nor bad or good. But I'm not 100% sure. I have to feel it and be able to see it more. It comes from just below the stoplight on a pole, not by the wire. And then it went down toward the ground. And it went from one side of the 2-lane road through a center line and then another 2-lane and downward. And I'm sitting there thinking, whoa, I never seen a black one. And so, I'm sorry. This is so new to me that I get distracted. I wish there's got to be something that I can do to my camera on my phone. Maybe a what do you call that? Infrared, maybe? That would give you a better view of what's going on. I don't know. If any of you know, let me know in the comments. But I don't know. They're so tiny that I feel if I didn't have that light on my phone that I couldn't see them. Because the light is reflecting off of them. And that's how I can see them. And they're perfectly round. They look like tiny soap bubbles. And they're shiny. Very shiny. I was listening to my ear just now. When I got home, me and Giuseppe talk a lot now. I was telling Giuseppe, my right ear started ringing differently. Usually, since I was a little girl, as far back as I can remember, my ears had always rang high pitched. And recently, I've heard him chirp, maybe twice. And then just a minute ago, I heard it pulsing. And it was like high, low, high, low, high, low, kind of like that, rhythmically. I was using the bathroom, actually. And so I froze, and I'm like, oh, that's different. I've not heard that tone before. And in my head, I threw the thought out there, as I've heard before, I hear the sound, but I don't know what is being said. Can you change it for me? Or alter it? I can't remember my exact words. Nothing. It's still pulsated. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I don't think it's tinnitus. I think I saw an orb, but I'm not sure. That white flower right there on the picture, sometimes my peripheral will catch it. And I'm like, wait, was that an orb? I keep wanting to say my teeth, but they're not there anymore. I don't even know what you call them. My extractions. There you go. Maybe. Stopped hurting yesterday. I woke up pain-free. I don't know if I said that in my last video. And so far today, it's been good. But I called the dentist, the oral surgeon, for more antibiotics, just in case. Because it's still kind of like a slimy feeling back there. And I don't know if that's infection or what. And then I put my tongue back there on the side of my gum where those teeth were, which would have been where the roots were. There's a knot. I don't know if that's normal or not, but there's a knot there. I don't know if it's infection or if it's a dry socket or what, or just swollen. But it seemed hard, so I don't know. And I don't know why I was talking like that. I don't usually do that. I'm losing my mind today, apparently. I haven't been watching in the background of orbs, so I don't know if any has gone except for that one. So I like sitting here because you can see them all over. Because if I sit with my back against the couch, the wall, you don't see that much because you're restricted. Here you can see them all over. And then when I'm on the floor with my back to my TV, you can see them reflecting off the TV, of course, and other places I can't think of right now. But this is my favorite spot, so you can see all of the orbs. So I'm really sorry if this background is so boring. I just figured that a lot of you enjoy seeing the orbs. I know some of you have commented that you do, so I don't know. Let me know what you think. And if you're bored of it, I'll change up more often. I can go to every corner in the house and even sit in the kitchen floor if you want me to. That one is right in front of my eye. Oh my gosh. I mean, like right there. Oh, I need to say this too. And then I'm going to cut this short because it's already 11 minutes in. Yesterday was an awesome day mentally. This weekend, as you know, I was dealing with my past trauma and questioning myself, of course, always. Today, I feel like I've never felt before in my entire life. My entire life, I don't even feel like myself anymore. It's amazing. I will not lie, it's amazing. Me and Giuseppe were discussing it today, and he said something to me that resonated a lot because I was sitting at my desk at work, and I hope I don't lose my train of thought here about what me and Giuseppe were talking about. But I was sitting at my desk, and sometimes, as I've discussed, I kind of like zone out and I accept it. I don't fight it. I just kind of go with it. And all of a sudden, his voice comes through and says, "James D. Freeman, come forth." And I'm like, what? That's my second stepdad, who didn't physically abuse me. Oh no, he did once. He more or less mentally and verbally abused me. I don't know, I was like a prisoner, more or less. And it was horrible, very horrible childhood. But anyway, when that came through, I kind of was like, what? And then I seen him come to me. And he looked youthful, thinner. When I knew him, I was 12. And then the last time I seen him, I was 17. And between that time, he had gained weight. His body became very painful. Of course, he was an alcoholic. You could just tell by looking at him, his body was going through the ringer. But he looked thin, youthful. I recognized him, and he kind of like floated to me, and he smiled, and he went like this. And then I felt this love. I'm getting tingles everywhere. Then I felt this love, and I'm like, whoa. And I hold no ill will toward anybody who's mistreated me. I hate using the word abuse all the time, but who's abused me. And I have forgiven all of them. I don't know why, but I kind of shut that down really quick, mainly because I was at work. I couldn't sit there and just go with the flow for a long time. And then and here's what me and Giuseppe were talking about. The last couple of days, maybe even 4 days, that might be pushing it a little. I keep having this, and I've been wanting to document it on YouTube, as excruciating as it's going to be, but I've been having this vision that I need to meditate. I need to bring forth all of these entities that has crossed over. There's 1, 2, 3 that I know of, I think, off the top of my head, that I need to pull them forth. I need to tell them that I forgive them, and then that, I leave them in love. I hope they progress as I do or will. And I see myself going through that and being very emotional. And I have a indication, if you want to call it that, like it's been told to me. I just kind of know that my higher self probably will kind of like take over in the meditation and call them to me. And when I know when I feel what I felt today, I will probably bawl my eyes out because of the memories, the damage they've caused, and that I set them free. I have forgiven my first stepfather, the one who abused me in every way imaginable. And I told you about that in a video. An entity that claimed to be my sister but wasn't brought him to me, and he looked like a boneless skin sack, literally, that was like he was being unalived, or he was unaliving, I should say. And she said for my karma and his that I needed to forgive, and I did. And when I woke up, I felt a weight lift. The weight was lifted. But still, I feel like for security, for confirmation or whatever, and being older, I saw another orb, that I should just do it again. Because something is telling me, and I think Giuseppe, if I understood him right, that for my benefit, I needed to go through this so I can ascend more, and so they can also. I don't know if, well, I think they do ascend, because I feel like when you cross over, the lower you are, because of all the crap you've done, you're at lower levels of, I don't know if you call them dimensions on the other side or what, but there's levels. And I think you start at the bottom, the worse you are. Or you're just stuck here going through hell until you can incarnate again. I'm not 100% sure about that. I feel it because of the hypnosis that I do. I will video that for YouTube this weekend, unless I get really out of control sad. But I will do it and show you what I will be doing to forgive these people. I do know that you can actually pull forth a person who's still alive, their soul, and communicate, because one actually came to me and gave me information, and then this person I was giving the information to said that, I can't remember who it was, they said that they're still alive, and I'm like, whoa. And then information came to me. They don't have to be crossed over for them to come to me and give me information. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Because, like I've said before, I cross souls over all day long, 24/7. My higher self does. And then here I am in my earth self, doing what I'm doing here. But I do know that I do other things other than crossing souls over. And I think we do many things. So I'm pretty sure that a soul can communicate with a medium for information. I don't know if I said that right, but you know where I'm going. My mind is going 100 miles an hour here. That was my day. I had to say again, I really feel good. I feel like I wasn't the person I was this weekend, because this weekend was pure hell. I cried for 3 days. Not continuously, just off and on. And it wasn't pleasant. I don't know. I can't even describe it. I go through these times where I feel like I'm not important at all. And who am I to think that I am this very advanced light worker, starseed being? I'm just a low piece of crap on the totem pole, on the lowest part of the totem pole. But that's not who I am. I'm better. I am this highly advanced being, this light worker that is extremely important. And the funniest thing is these other mediums and these other starseeds who channel this information, and they all say the same thing. And I'm like, okay, it can't be coincidental. There's no coincidences. So it's got to be true and accurate if these people don't know each other and they're on the other sides of the world and stuff telling me the same thing. It's got to be true. I mean, how ironic would that be? And this is more than 5 people who tell me that. And they all say unique things that are very closely similar to each other. It's not like they say, oh, you're a highly evolved being, and that's it. They give me full description of everything I am and more, and it's all almost exactly alike. There might be a couple of things that are off, like, I can't think of one right now. Not at all, because my mind won't calm down. It's crazy. It's crazy today. It's wound. Can you tell? It's now 22 minutes long, and I need to go because I have to do dishes, get ready for work, you know, the schmear. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. It seems like it was everywhere, and I apologize because I try to be more in order and talk about one topic, and it seems like this was all over the place. And I feel, oh, I'll say this real quick. One thing about Giuseppe and I were talking. He said he feels like a few of these orbs are from my abusers. That is what resonated with me. And I'm like, you're right. It feels like it. And it really feels like it. And they love me. They know who I am. And they love me. And he says they're protecting. I think he said they're protecting me. Giuseppe, did you say they were protecting me? I know you'll comment. So, but anyway, yeah, I do feel that my stepmom and my two stepdads are among them. And maybe not so much my stepmom, but I feel my stepdads are. That was one thing that was coincidental. That was brought up more than twice about my stepdads coming forth and saying that they didn't mean to hurt me, etc., etc. Yeah, so that's kind of acceptable. I really hope you could see these orbs. I really hope you could see them, because I'm not joking. There's probably 50 or more since I started this video of the little tiny orbs, the little tiny bubbles. I love you guys. I'm going to end this here because I can talk all night, it seems. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really do. Let me know in the comments. I know not all of you comment, but some of you do. And it's becoming more and more, and I like it. I hope you're well, and I'm going to send you love, light, and peace. Bye.